Hi, I'm Charles with AniCap. Previously, Bai was accepted as a disciple to become an immortal. In the immortal realm, Bai would discover that his chosen walk is able to double the power of anything he puts in it. However, he loses some lifespan when he does. Later, Bai disguises himself as Yizhang to infiltrate the bloodstream sector, and eventually becomes one of the 4 blood masters there. Bai reveals his true identity in an attempt to stop a war between the blood and spirit stream sector, but Patriarch Nian attacks him for doing so. The story continues as Patriarch Nian unleashes a devastating attack, and Li frantically rushes to help Bai. Tidon and Jun do the same as the attack approaches, but Patriarch Song points out how the attack is the nascent soul cultivation full palm power. All the other patriarchs are in disbelief to see that Nian would use such an immensely powerful attack and join in the attempt to stop it. Bai uses his defensive talisman that have always helped in the past, but Nian explains that it is too late. The patriarch's attempt at stopping the hand eventually fails, and just the slightest burst of energy from the hand violently pushes back Li and Jun. Bai then brings out the powerful artifacts given to him by patriarchs, but already knows that the blood flame lamp and spiritual pendant can only withstand an attack at core formation level. However, Bai acknowledges that the patriarchs have already helped him drain most of the palm's power, and now he can only rely on himself. He gains some confidence as he reminds himself of how strong he has become and uses a divine talisman to bolster his power. Bai proclaims that he will definitely be able to turn things around and vows to survive this attack. He attempts to counter the attack with his demon body, but Li is concerned for his young disciple. Nian then makes the final push of his attack as he demands that Bai just die already, and everyone is devastated as they watch Bai get engulfed by the immense explosion of the nascent soul level attack. Jun wakes for a brief moment to find that Bai has been defeated as his heavily wounded body descends from the sky. Bai's body crashes to the ground, causing the bloodstream disciples to regain their blood key, and this makes everyone wonder if Bai has actually died. Nian announces to all the bloodstream disciples that the traitor has been destroyed and their power has been restored. It is now time that they slaughter the spirit stream sector. His lead is instantly stopped though as Patriarch Song questions why he thinks he can command the bloodstream army. The Patriarch would like to know how Nian was able to use full palm power when attacking Bai, and why his cultivation wasn't suppressed like everyone else's. Nian manages to get away from his questioning, but only to be caught by other Patriarchs who want answers as well. They attempt to question him further, but are shocked to see him transform, and then can only wonder who exactly this person is. The man reveals his true identity to be the Profound Stream Sector Patriarch, Master Qian, just before leaving. One patriarch from each side is sent to chase after Qian, and Patriarch Song calls him despicable for murdering his good friend Nian. Timur realizes that the Profound Stream Sector provoked their 2 sectors into a fight, and gravely injured the honored disciple of the Spirit Stream Sector, Bai. The 2 patriarchs are furious and command that no matter how far away it is, the evil Profound Stream Sector must be annihilated. All the disciples of both sectors unite in stating that they swear to destroy the Profound Stream Sector, and will not return without victory. The talking monkey watches from afar and points out how an alliance between the spirit and bloodstream sector has never existed before. This war has rewritten history, and the young disciple Bai is destined to be the one that leads it. Just then, Li and Tidon rush to Bai's side as they are glad to see that he is beginning to show some signs of life. Several scenes from the war are shown, and we see that Bai finds himself inside his own consciousness. He can hear Li speak as he points out how Bai is a lucky brat since he somehow managed to survive yet again. Li is glad to see how much Bai has grown since the Lucian incident, but states that if he has to put his life at stake in order to grow, then he would rather Bai be a nobody at the bottom of Hood Mountain. Li then explains that the blood and spirit stream have called a truce and are attacking the Profound Stream Sector together. He points out that Bai is to thank for everything and asks that he rest and recuperate. Li then reveals that the first generation patriarch has just made Bai the young patriarch of the spirit stream sector. He asks that he wake up very soon as numerous benefits await him. Bai then hears his friends as they all wish for Bai to have a speedy recovery. Soon after, we see that Mei is by his side as she points out that he has been asleep for many days. Mei gets a bit too close as we see that Bai has actually woken up and he senses that Jun has just arrived. Mei tells Jun to leave Bai's care to her and mocks Jun for being close to retirement age. Jun explains that Mei must not be familiar with the relationship she has with Bai, and we see that he just wants to do his best to stay out of the bickering. Mei points out how she has been friends with Bai since childhood, and Jun is just a demon seductress who showed up along the way. Jun explains that they have fought several battles together and entrusted their lives to each other countless times, so Mei could not possibly understand the kind of bond they share. Bai stays out of it still as he points out how fights between women are terrifying and the tension quickly rises. However, the two stop as they realize that Bai has caught fire and are upset to see that he has been pretending to be unconscious. They both request to speak with them alone, but Bai explains that they don't have time for trivial things. They must tend to more important matters, so he just runs out of the room as fast as he can. Outside, Bai is greeted by the Spirit Stream as the newest Patriarch, and by the Bloodstream as the Bloodmaster. The messengers for both sectors then unveil scrolls that list several precious herbs only found in ancient records that have been given to Bai as gifts of congratulations. Bai thinks about how he didn't expect the Patriarchs of both sectors to care so much about him, as the messengers tirelessly read off the endless lists. Bai stops the two from bickering and explains that the herbs from both sides are great. The girls then want Bai to state which sector is the best, but he refuses and runs from the situation. Sometime later, Patriarch Song is shocked to see that after waking up, Bai has been continuously absorbing the spiritual energy of the world these few days. What is even more unbelievable is that he has accumulated so much in a very short time. Just then, the Patriarch is amazed to see the key of the heavenly path, and we see that Bai is reaching all new levels of power. A monstrous creature appears out of the clouds, and the Spirit Stream Patriarch must be told that it's the true manifestation of Lesser Marsh Peak's body refinement technique, the Heavenly Demon Body. He points out that Bai's Heavenly Demon Body seems to be far stronger than Lesser Marsh Peak's. The Patriarch states that this is the era of the new generation, and they should not probe the secrets of the youngsters. The outlook on the war is getting better, and the fact that Bai is safe and approaching late stage foundation will help boost morale. Bai finishes cultivating for the time being as he has reached late stage foundation, and explains that the elixirs he was gifted helped him greatly. He intends to aim for peak foundation establishment next, and then the golden core. Bai dreams about how achieving a golden core is said to increase one's lifespan by 500 years, but becomes concerned when he finds the two girls waiting for him outside. He can't figure out why they are there once again, but determines that he better not provoke them. Things get more tense, so Bai uses his only move and collapses to the ground. He states that he just used too much energy and would like some peace alone, but finds that they assumed peace alone included them. The two girls then fight over who gets to take care of Bai, and even go as far as to hurl powerful insults at each other. They prepare several dishes for him and then fight over which he should try first. This fight intensifies greatly as well, and Bai tries to calm the situation down by explaining that he will eat all the food. Bai faints from all the chaos and wakes up to find that he had been dreaming the entire time. Once he gets outside though, he finds that the nightmare continues as the girls have brought him some snacks. Bai is amazed by the display, but is completely overwhelmed and faints once again. He reiterates that he just wants peace alone, but more bickering causes him to run away like always. Bai finds the Patriarchs and explains that he has already changed into his battle robes in preparation of joining the front lines. The Patriarch agrees to let him go once he has made a full recovery, but Bai explains that his injuries are insignificant compared to the great cause they are fighting for. The Patriarch points out that one can easily lose their life on the battlefield, and questions if Bai is afraid. Bai explains that he can't just stand by while his fellow disciples risk their lives, and sees that the girls are concerned about him. Bai assumes they won't follow him into battle and reiterates to the Patriarch that he is ready to fight for the cause. The Patriarch agrees to activate the transport array for him to enter battle tomorrow, but Bai explains that there is no need to wait till then as he is ready to risk his life for the two sectors right now. We then see that Bai has reached the border of the Profound Stream sector, and Dan calls out to him from his pouch again. Dan explains that Bai has no use for him now and would like for him to let him go. Dan states that he only wants to live a normal life and has no aspirations to be anything more, so he asks again to be let go. Bai begrudgingly agrees, and Dan is glad to see that he has prepared a vessel for him to live in. They find a dead body that has died recently, and Bai wonders why a Pillstream disciple is in the Profound Stream sector's territory. Destruction can be heard nearby, and Bai thanks the terrified Dan for accompanying him for so many years. He says his goodbye, and Dan can barely hold back his tears as he thanks Bai for the vessel. We then get a glimpse of two people running from a group of attackers that are in search of a woman. She appears to show that she is a worthy opponent but must be rescued by her comrade. Unfortunately, he must pay the ultimate price for doing so. The girl attempts to get her revenge but fails, just as we see that Bai has arrived nearby to wonder what is going on. The fight is extremely intense, and Bai can tell that the power is from a golden core cultivator. The girl can hardly continue standing as we find that her name is Man Yi of the Pillstream sector. Her opponent explains that he isn't concerned about her peerless poison skills and wonders if she actually thinks that she can change the Pillstream sector's fate of being annihilated. The man is named Lin, and Mani calls him a traitor as he is from the Pillstream sector as well. Lin reveals that he is a disciple of the Profound Stream sector's Master Qian, and he is no traitor. Mani points out how the Profound Stream sector has had 16 of their mountain gates destroyed by the Spirit and Bloodstream sectors, and they have lost half of all their territory. Lin explains that he isn't concerned about them at all, since their so-called alliance was only formed because of their ties to a child. As long as Bai dies, the alliance will fall apart in less than an instant. It is such a fragile alliance, so the Profound Stream sector doesn't mind them having their way for a while. Bai overhears how Lin wants to kill him, and acknowledges that the enemy of his enemy is his friend. Lin wants Mani to join their side, but she would rather die than be associated with them. Lin attempts to attack her for her ignorance, but everyone is shocked when the attack is stopped. They assume it's an ambush, as we see that Bai has grabbed Mani to escape. They make it to safety as Bai explains that their opponent has strength in numbers, and helping her escape is all he could do. He states that she has no need to thank him and attempts to leave, but finds that the girl is following him. Bai can't understand why she doesn't just leave, but is shocked when Lin has caught up to them. Lin calls out to Bai, but Bai tries to pretend that he has the wrong person. Lin explains that he will never be able to hide again, as everyone in the 4 sectors knows his name and what he looks like. He expresses how lucky he is, since once he kills Bai, his sector's unification efforts will be half complete. They attempt to attack Bai, but one golden core cultivator from each the Spirit and Bloodstream sector arrives to explain that they had been ordered to protect Bai. Bai is surprised to see how well he is being treated since the Patriarchs ordered him to be protected. Mani is even more amazed and introduces herself to Bai while also paying her respects to the young Patriarch of the Spirit Stream sector and Bloodlord of the Bloodstream sector. It's clear that she had been waiting for this moment and explains that she led a team that desperately broke through the siege and sneaked into the Profound Stream sector. Her Pillstream sector is at the point of destruction, so she begs that Bai's 2 sectors save the Pillstream sector from disaster. Unfortunately, Bai explains that it's not up to him to decide such a huge matter, but she persists, so Bai agrees to grant her an audience with the Patriarchs. Elsewhere, the Bloodstream sector and Spirit Stream sector argue about which sector Bai has done more for. The Spirit Stream believes that Bai's affection for them is unbreakable, but the Bloodstream points out that the Bloodlord Yi is connected to them by blood. The argument rages on whether Bai is more important as the Spirit Stream's young Patriarch or the Bloodstream's Bloodlord, just as Bai arrives. He explains to Mani that it's time for him to do what must be done, and appears before everyone to explain that they are all family, and there is no need to fight as he will always be with them all. Bai wonders if they have all gone mad as they all continue to argue. Elsewhere, at the Profound Stream sector's underground palace, the leader of the Hunyang clan gives a report to Qi. He is told that the Spirit and Bloodstream sectors have begun to mop up the rear forces, and they will reach the Hunyang's clan border in just a few days. Qi explains that there is only 3 days left before the secret transport array is complete, and it will take them to the rear of the Spirit and Bloodstream sectors. Qi instructs the leader to relay orders to his clansmen to activate the mountain ceiling Great Array immediately. He warns that if he misses the opportunity for victory, he will make this entire clan pay for it with their lives, and so the array is activated. Elsewhere, we watch as Bai gives a speech about mopping up the rear of the Profound Stream sector. The Blood and Spirit Stream sector disciples continue their bickering as the 2 sides can't make their peace with each other. A Patriarch explains that the 2 sectors' founders has specially ordered young Patriarch Bai to personally lead the disciples to clean up the rear and eliminate the survivors of the Profound Stream sector. The Spirit Stream sector disciples point out that cooperating with the Blood sector will be impossible. However, the Blood sector explains that they should be honored to be able to cooperate with them. Bai explains that he didn't travel thousands of miles to deal with trivial matters such as the quarrel between 2 groups. The Patriarch explains why he asked them to come, and starts by stating that the decisive battle of the 4 sectors is approaching. The Legacy Echelon members have taken the War Beast to the front lines, but now there is still underlying turmoil in the rear battlefield with the evil remnants of the Profound Stream sector. This group that has been formed is not only extremely important for the battle to come, but it also needs someone with a respectable identity to unite and lead them. Bai humbly points out that he has always tried to keep a low profile, so the Patriarch assumes that he is against leading the group, but Bai shows that he is up to the task as he steps up to give them a speech. He jumps right into action as he stops Beihan Li, the Master of Groaning, and Jia Li from arguing with each other. Bai explains that as the young Patriarch of the 2 sectors, he is duty-bound to kill the enemies at the front lines. The Profound Stream sector survivors will undoubtedly regroup and attempt a surprise attack. It will surely damage the strength of their two sectors and increase their casualties, so Bai asks if there is anyone willing to eliminate these troops with him. Beihan Li wants all the glory to be for the spirit stream sector, so he attempts to destroy the array set up earlier, but Jia Li refuses to let them have the glory and jumps ahead of him. Jia Li only gets hurt during his attempt, and Beihan Li mocks him mercilessly. Jia Li refuses to give up though, so he and Beihan Li attack it together. Shockingly though, they find that their attacks were swallowed by the mountain stealing array. It looks like an ordinary array, but it's internally supported by spells that draw on the power of the mountain. Bai then loudly calls out to the Nian clan and explains that he wants to incorporate their clan into his troops. Unfortunately, they decline and demand that everyone leave their territory or intruders will pay with their lives. Beihan Li demands everyone attack, but Bai stops them and thinks about how a large attack on the array will only bring too much unwanted attention. The group are then shocked when Bai instructs them to station themselves there and guard him, as he has a plan of his own. At the hidden base, Qi explains that preparations are nearly complete and he orders the Nian clan to prepare to support the frontline reinforcements when launching their surprise attack. He asks for Bai's current location, which is in front of their array, and is strangely told that he has just been refining elixirs all day. He wonders what elixirs could possibly do to their great array, and we see that Bai's group is terrified of his refining process. The others wonder why Beihan Li has gone so overboard with his protection, but he explains that those of the bloodstream sector don't know about what Bai put the spirit stream sector through when he used to refine elixirs there. Just then, one of the pills Bai refined rolls out and everyone is shocked to see one that hasn't exploded. Bai explains that they can all calm down though and reveals that he has temporarily sealed every type of poison fog into this light sphere. It is clearly an extremely dangerous artifact. Bai explains that once the light sphere hits the array, its shell will disintegrate and all the poison fog within it can seep through the array. Everyone is amazed to hear Bai's plan and he instructs them to form into groups of 3 so that they can help refine more of the elixirs. Everyone does just as Bai instructed, but the group of Diviner, Beihan Li, and Jia Li struggle to work together. Bai explains to them that they are the strongest 3 in terms of cultivation among the group, and he purposely grouped them together. He wanted them to take the lead in refining as many elixirs as possible to set an example for the others. Bai expresses his disappointment, but the group explains that they want to try it again. The 3 try harder to work together as they do not want to disappoint the Bloodlord and guarantee that they will succeed this time. The 3 celebrate moments later when they are successful, and Bai instructs everyone to place all the light spheres in position. Hundreds of elixirs are then launched at the array, and the clan leader is informed that the city has suddenly been filled with a great amount of miasma. The leader isn't afraid of just a little bit of smoke, but is shocked to find that the miasma has caused serious hallucinations. He is in absolute disbelief to see how things have turned so bad so fast as acid rain falls from the sky. Diviner compliments Bai's powerful elixir as it has caused the array to become unstable in less than a day, and it won't be able to hold up for much longer. Bai isn't satisfied though, as he believes it's still taking too long, and shows his group a grade 3 elixir. He explains that this is simply a small reward for how well they have done so far, and more rewards await them if they can take down the Nian clan in one day. The newly motivated group intensify their attack on the array, which causes more chaos inside, and the clan leader begins to realize that this must be the doing of the legendary plague demon Bai. Just then, Qi is informed that the Nian clan has surrendered. Qi isn't too concerned as he is certain that they wouldn't dare betray him, and explains that everything will be fine as long as they can hold out until the frontline reinforcements arrive. Unfortunately for them, we see that Bai can see them with his eyes of the law, just as the Nian clan pays its respects to the patriarch and bloodlord Bai. Bai wonders if they had sealed themselves because they have some kind of hidden trouble. The leader explains that the war between the 4 sectors is rampaging through their area and they simply wanted to survive. He didn't realize that the Spirit Stream sector had someone as powerful as Bai, and he apologizes for picking the wrong side. Bai then shocks the leader when he reveals that he knows about the group in the underground palace, and wonders if they will surrender as well. Just then, those underground reveal themselves to attack Bai, and Qi tells some of his group to finish with the transport array. The attack between the 2 groups ensues, and Qi instructs everyone to protect the stone tablet. Unfortunately for him, Bai is way ahead of him, and their attempts to stop Bai fail miserably. Bai destroys the tablet right before his eyes, and Qi vows to get his revenge even if it costs him his life. Bai stops him easily though, and wonders why Qi prefers to sacrifice so many lives and stubbornly resists to the end. Qi explains that he does it all for the sake of the profound stream sector. Even if it takes the lives of all his troops, he would not even hesitate in the name of the Profound Stream sector, but stops talking when he dies. Afterwards, Bai's group finishes up the Profound Stream group in that area, and Bai explains to the Hanyang clan that they are now officially part of their sector. Bai explains that during the chaos of war, protecting all the common people is too great a task for him, but when it comes to protecting his close friends and sector, he will sacrifice everything. The Hanyang leader can't believe to see how Bai kindly spared his small clan when he easily could have dealt with them harshly. The leader is in complete awe and vows to sever all ties with the Profound Stream sector. He and his clan then promise to follow both the Spirit and Bloodstream sectors while readily sacrificing their lives for them. They begin a chant praising the Spirit Stream's young patriarch and Bloodlord of the Bloodstream, Bai. Bai's group joins in with the chanting as we see that Bai has successfully united the rambunctious group. Thanks for watching part 26, 6,000 likes and I'll know you want a part 27. Also, all of the parts are in the link comment below.